Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, your enthusiasm is underwhelming. Let's try that again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Better, but not good. Welcome to Her Majesty's Palace and Fortress and my home, the Tower of London. My name is Dave, one of the 33 Yeoman Warders here, or as we are more commonly known, of course, Beefeaters. And for the next 4.5 hours, I will be your guide. No, you're panicking now, aren't you? Basically, we've got a quick 5 minutes with you just to explain a little bit of history. I don't want to steal the thunder off my grandfather. I don't know if he told you that his grandson was a Beefeater. My favourite grandfather. But a little bit of history of the Tower of London without stealing too much of his thunder, because I know you've paid a lot of money to him. I know, I've had to hire him in the past. He's very good at what he does. So the history of the tower begins really on the 14th of October 1066. William, the Duke of Normandy, comes across from France, defeats our Saxon King Harold II at the Battle of Hastings, and is crowned King William I of England, Christmas Day 1066, and then builds that building. When it was erected, one of the tallest buildings in Europe, that would have been seen for miles around, and became the home of every king and queen in England for the next 500 years. And of course, that is the original Tower of London, known today as the White Tower, because in the 13th century it was whitewashed, hence the name. Now ladies, I know you didn't come here to listen to some crusty old ex-sergeant major banging on about history. You came here for the bling thing. Well, directly behind me, that's the House of Bling, and I know you're going to get in there very shortly. But gentlemen, don't feel left out. This building, 4 floors of boys' toys. Guns, cannons, knives, spears, daggers, suits of armour. Boys' toys on a grand scale. And actually, a very good display on the top floor for children, called Hands on History. We get to play with things. Now, one of the questions people often ask is, who are we and why am I dressed like this? We are actually the oldest uniformed guards in the world. We have worked here continuously for 900 years, guarding the kings and queens of England and their home. As I'm sure you'll appreciate, having been here for 9 centuries, the way you become a Yeoman Warder, or Beefeater, our nickname, has changed many, many times. Until eventually, in 1826, the Duke of Wellington came here as Constable of the Tower of London. And when he arrived, he decided he would like to reward the soldiers that had helped him win his various campaigns and wars. The rules he set in place still exist today. So to get my job here, like every other person you see in this uniform, I had to first of all serve a minimum of 22 years in Her Majesty's Armed Forces. I personally served 26 years in the infantry. I then got tired of being shot at. I applied for a job here and the rest is history. I had to hold the rank of Warrant Officer Class 1, the highest rank you can get to in the British Army, as an enlisted soldier, a regimental sergeant major or an E9. And I had to be in possession of the Long Service and Good Conduct Medal, this mauve one. To be awarded that medal, I had to serve my first 18 years in the army without making one single mistake. Or as we used to call it when I was in the army, 18 years of undetected crime. Now, of course, as well as being that criteria, if you want to be a Beefeater at the Tower of London, you have to have a passion for history. Be intelligent, articulate, witty, handsome and modest. 3 out of 6 ain't bad. Right, does anybody have any questions on that very, very short introduction to the Tower of London?
Why are y'all called Beefeaters?
Why are we called Beefeaters? Honest answer, I don't know. And that is the honest answer, we really don't know. Wikipedia don't know. Google don't know. Even Julian Assange doesn't know. It's a nickname we were given about 300 years ago and it's stuck. And every single theory ever put forward we can disprove. For instance, some people believe we used to be paid in beef. Not true. Some people believe we used to be food tasters for the kings and queens. Not true. Some people believe we were allowed to dine off the king's table when he'd finished eating. Not true. Some people believe we drink lots of gin. There is a little bit of truth in that rumour, but we did not get our name from Beefeater gin. Quite the reverse is true. Beefeater gin got its name from us. It's only been around since 1820. It's very, very new. Sorry, any Americans here? It's very, very old. Have you all heard the saying to be blind drunk? Yes? You look like a crowd who know that saying. Well, if you're in London around about 1800, there were gin palaces all over London. For 1 penny in a gin palace, you buy a large glass of gin, equivalent today to about half pint of raw alcohol.
Goodness.
It was so badly made in many of these establishments and so potent, if you drank enough of it, you could go permanently blind. Hence the saying, blind drunk. In 1820, a man called James Burroughs came along. He refined gin into what we know it today. And he wanted something to show the quality of his gin. He chose a Beefeater in full state dress, the red uniform we wear on special occasions. Stuck it on the front of his bottle, called it Beefeater gin, and became a very, very rich man. And to say thank you, every year on my birthday, the Beefeater Gin Company send me a bottle of gin. And all of my colleagues on their birthdays. Every Christmas, we have another bottle. And we have a tradition here at the Tower of London. You must drink the first bottle before the second one arrives. My birthday is the 14th of December. So yes, I have been known to drink the occasional gin. But the honest answer to your question is, I don't know why we're called Beefeaters, and nor does anybody else. No matter what you read online, they are wrong. They just won't accept that. Any more questions?
A quick one.
Yes.
How long did it take you to get used to living in the Tower of London?
About 5 minutes.
Oh, really? Yeah.
For me, because I left the army, I resigned from the army to come and work here. And to me, it was pretty much like getting another posting in the military. I was in a fairly specialist role where I moved every 2 years. So for me, when I moved in here, put another uniform on and started doing another job, it was quite easy for me. I suppose the important thing was I left the military and all of my friends and colleagues behind, but then I joined another organisation with 33 ex-sergeant majors, so we all have a similar background, albeit from across the services, but all a very similar background, so I fitted in fairly easy.
How long are you allowed to serve here as a
I
Beefeater?
can serve as long as I'm fit and able. Personally, I'm planning on retiring when I'm 60, so I've got another 17 years to go. Any more questions? Beefeater gin, one of my colleagues. So that's the state dress we wear on special occasions, because today there is a Whitsun church parade. So at about 11 o'clock, if you're still here, you'll see the Yeoman Warders on parade in their state dress.
Oh, awesome. Oh, I love that.
So that will happen at the Queen's House about 11:45-ish. All happy? Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your day here at the Tower of London. Look after my grandfather. He's a very knowledgeable guy.
Thank you.
So much.
My pleasure.
Let's give him a round of applause.